Yeah, let's put a bit more light on this face. Yeah, look at that. Let's get the bicep angle. No, let's do it this way. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're back here with another demo in my hands. Oh shit, this camera is very much not where it's supposed to be. That's better-ish. Let's do a, yeah, that looks good. Cool. Okay, today on the agenda, 0G ETHERA Gold 2.5. Gonna demo some of that stuff. Let me take us to Studio One. Then I'm gonna take you with me on that view. So if you aren't familiar with 0G, they are a sample library company. They create all kinds of different sample libraries, but to me at least, they're best known for their vocal sample libraries. Now, I've been using their stuff for quite a long time, and if you listen to my newest album, Dead Reckoning, there's a lot of kind of these dark, powerful vocals in there, and a lot of those come from ETHERA 2.0, which is basically all over that album. Now, my experience with that was that it sounded and still sounds amazing, but it was a lot of work to make it sound that good, to actually do the phrasing and so forth. So while I think they do excellent sampling, they do excellent programming for the actual libraries, some of the usability has been kind of not as accessible as I'd like sample libraries to be. And with this library, things have seemed to be improved and changed for the better. Now, I got this on a sale probably around December or something like that, and I haven't been using it because I haven't had any time or any projects, but it is going to be all over some of the stuff I'll be working on. So here's the actual folder for it, and here we can see what's actually going on here. Don't know what that is really about, but let me check. Yeah, so I've been opening these straight up from here. I don't know if there is something that I've missed in the installation. I don't think so. But what I want to do today is really plow through these basic presets and settings here. And I have tested this for a bit. Again, you're only hearing the library. I have a limiter on the master bus just to make sure that the level is decent for the video, but otherwise you're just hearing the sample library. I've tried my best to balance the limiter to accommodate all of the different vocal styles here, but some of them are louder, so if you do hear a bit of distortion somewhere, then that's probably from the limiter. Oop, let's not destroy the microphone. So I have tested this really quickly and I am super impressed, but I just want to run through these and give you a better understanding of what is really happening here. So this is kind of the simple layout here. You can choose your vowels, I guess, oohs, ahs, ees, and ah, and I'm going to go through those and simply let you know what it sounds like and share my ideas. And yeah, I went for, there's like a full version of ETHERA Gold, which has, to my understanding, all kinds of other sample sounds as well. Based on a very quick kind of going through what's in there, I decided to go for the vocals only because that's really what I like the most, coming from 0G, and that's what I wanted out of the library, so I went for that. But do check out the full version as well if you're interested in some of those other some of that other sample content. So let's see what happens here. So yeah, really, really impressive. In this range, you can obviously hear the transition between the full voice stuff to the falsetto. And, that isn't super smooth in this vowel, but, to be fair, in reality, to sing it isn't super smooth either necessarily. So, but what you do, it sounds astonishing, and especially compared to ETHERA 2.0, the fact that I can just play this with such a clarity and maturity, and I don't need to be programming a ton to make it do what I want. That's a huge step forward compared to ETHERA 2.0. Yeah, sounds really good. But you do need to be very conscious about how you marry these with your songs, because sometimes, like with this range here between the full voice and the falsetto, you're gonna have to kind of play around with it to make it do what you want. So that's really I wouldn't say the drawback with these kind of libraries, because yeah, I mean, they sound great, but like with any instrument, you need to make it fit your composition. So So if you do play the note until the end, you can actually hear the ending. I guess there's probably a way to make it happen faster. I'm not sure, but the ending is sampled because, and I want to make that clear, because sometimes I might lift my finger earlier than the actual ending, so you won't hear the ending. So you can hear, depending on whether you're playing legato, like going from one note in an overlapping way to another note, you're going to hear a transition. And what I learned from ETHERA 2.0 was that you had to be very conscious about whether you wanted the note transition to be in legato or separated, because it tremendously affects the sound of it. So with these, in my experience, you want to continuously be testing and playing whether you want a transition to begin as a completely separated note or an actual overlapping legato one. So that is really the biggest one that you need to be conscious of. But I mean, already this is like far more intuitive and immediately accessible than ETHERA 2.0. So that was the vowel combination, or whatever you call that. Here's E. as you can hear, depending on from what note you're coming to a different note, the sample and the transition could be different. So you really have to be mindful of how you play with that. What else did I want to mention? I don't know. It's probably going to come back to me soon. Yeah, so the fast note passages, really amazing stuff. Obviously, again, depends on where you are and what you're doing, how fluid it sounds. But I mean, like that one was really incredible stuff, which was really the difficulty in ETHERA 2.0, in my estimation. But that sounds really, really good. Let's do M. Okay, so interesting. These ones are just breaths. Yep, pretty cool. Yeah, that's really stunning, and like you'll have to do very little to that to make it pretty much perfect. So you've got attack, offset, volume, release, vibrato, but you know, I wouldn't even be finicking a lot with those. Obviously, in a case dependent way, it's going to be relevant. So next up, we got okay. So that was just to shout out the singer, Clara Sustains, so I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. But yeah, I believe she was the singer in 2.0 as well. Love her voice, love her singing, great stuff. And then the other aspect of this is the male vocal, which is, let me see, Daniele Sustains. I don't know how to pronounce that either, but hey, I gave it a shot. This one only has one vowel combination, I guess, which is kind of a shame. I don't know why they did that. Maybe I'm missing something out. As I said in the beginning, maybe I've you know, botched something up in the installation, but I think I did it as it was described in the directions. So yeah, I can only see one here, but let's check it out. Because of the lower male voice, it takes demands more from the limiter, so a bit of distortion there. But yeah, beautiful sounding sound, very playable. Let's actually do something faster with that. pretty good. Again, you'd have to make it work with the part in question, but yeah, that's it. Then you got phrases. And these are color coded, probably for some kind of sectionality. But again, well, you have your waveform window here, which can give you an indication what you're dealing with. And then you have a big list of different stuff. So drama, epic, ethereal, ethnic, modern, so and so forth. A lot of stuff here. So I'm just going to go through a few of those to give you an idea. And obviously within each section here, to my understanding, yeah, it's going to change the layout here. So to my understanding, each one of these is a sample, and they're different for these different categories. So a lot of stuff to go there with. And you got your key as well as tempo here. So that's going to help you locate stuff that is useful to you. Yeah, so that's simply to give you an idea of that. But these are amazing samples, amazing, patterns, amazing stuff there. Obviously, you can then pick and choose from these as you wish, but it's pretty incredible. Same thing goes for Danielle's. I don't know. Danielle's vocals. So the male vocals. Again, here we have fewer options, but let's test some of those. Soft Viking. I don't know what a soft Viking is, but yeah, really cool. They're really playing nicely with a lot of the textures and tones that really create those specific vibes. So next up we got Sustains here. So not really sure what to expect from this, but So these seem to be some kind of keys that change the tone, but I can't see any visual cue for that. So So yeah, these red ones here change the vowel or the type. So yeah, you would use these for maybe vocal beds, vocal pads, stuff like that. So not good for individual lines because the legato isn't as solid, but yeah, for more maybe like choral stuff in a more pad-like sense. Yeah, so really interesting stuff. This kind of approach a bit reminds me of like Heaviosity's Vocalese, where they have these kind of pre-phrases. So this is like, these are definitely sustains, but there's also a pattern. So you can do a lot of fun stuff with that. A lot of really interesting things. Then we got back vocals, which I don't think is someone singing into someone's back. Maybe these are backing vocals. Yeah, so they seem to be mixed in a more distant way, make it easier for you to fit backing vocals into a mix, but that's my guess. So we got, lastly, vocal reverse. So again, we got a big list of stuff here. Looks identical to the phrase menu here, so maybe it is that, but just in reverse. I don't know. Let's test. So really cool stuff for cinematic soundscape building. Obviously, this is, you can do that manually as well, but this is like a quick access to a lot of that. So that's good to have in there. Next up, then we have the same for the male voice. You obviously have pre-designed effects on there. I think you can go to the effects rack and then adjust as you want, but you know, that can be kind of a quick way to get the kind of soundscapes you want to get if that serves your intention. Then we have something called the vocal synth, which I actually have no idea what this sounds like, but so that's really cool. Kind of puts us in a hybrid world, but we're here. Looks like we have some kind of preset menu things here, but I don't actually know how to. Okay, so we got layers which have piano, vox. Okay, cool. Some format stuff. So like synthesis, sound manipulation to sound like a human voice, essentially. And then we got some loopy loops and other samples here. So, yep. I wonder how I can actually change these presets. I have no idea. But it sounds cool. In fact, that sounds pretty mature to me, pretty well refined. I think they've really improved the interface here compared to ETHERA 2.0. I wouldn't say this is exactly what, you know, I'd be hoping for in a perfect world, but this is still a major step in the right direction. And you know, these kind of this is obviously very simple. You don't really need more control than that. So these look pretty clean and fast. But maybe this could be a bit more fresh looking. Okay, so now we got something which seems to be the last one here. Gold short Daniele. So. So really cool. Bit of shorter note action over there. Okay, so there is, I think I've done this, maybe. Apologies for 0G if I've botched up the installation somehow, but at least I have access to these and they sound good. So yeah, that's it. Just a really quick demo review of ETHERA Gold, the vocal edition. This sounds really amazing. Really a huge step forward in my estimation, in terms of what I know was in ETHERA 2.0, which in itself is still an amazing sounding library, and I will be using that in the future as well. But what I really was looking for in this library is that big, massive, epic solo vocal library that could deliver those epic, you know, not one-liners, but, you know, solo lines for tracks and really give it that human element, that power. And yeah, I think we have a winner here. That sounds stunning. Really amazing stuff. And I've already before been impressed by how they managed to not only sample, but, you know, script and program the contact instrument to really play those vocals in such a realistic way. And yeah, this is a really step in the right, even more correct direction. So I know they will be having a new library out in, I believe, 4 days, called Atlantis. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. So yeah, definitely, if you're looking for like a powerful solo library, then this is definitely yours. And as you heard, you know, there's so much more in there as well. And check out the full version if you are into whatever else is in there. I'm not super familiar with that, but yeah, super exciting. Definitely a library company worth knowing. And you know, I can't quite even imagine what they're going to do in the future, because you can already make this work so well that you couldn't even, in many cases, you couldn't tell whether the singer was actually real or not. So really cool stuff. I hope 0G continue to do what they do. I think we need them in this industry, and I don't think there's anyone else. I haven't heard any other sample library creator who's doing like single legato solo voices do it this well. If you know some of those, or if you have any any products you'd like for me to know, please let me know, because yeah, these people are really killing it. So cool. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll see you another day with a different demo or something else. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out this, and let me know what you think. And feel free to subscribe and follow wherever you are. So that really helps me do what I do. So that's it. I'll see you soon enough. Finished.